Hello guys, welcome back to Lines of Battle, and I am just about to do my geography finals. In fact, it will be just right tomorrow, so let's just get into a very quick game. In fact, I haven't been really making videos, or at least editing and uploading them because I have been busy studying. So now I will actually yap about geography throughout this game because we are such an educational channel, don't you think so? Okay, this guy is clearly good, so maybe I should actually pay some attention to this game. Although let's not get ahead of ourselves. I need to pick a favorable battle site first. I think I want to go to the left because I have that lovely hill, there are some lovely trees, and yeah, some houses. I am trying to make a geography reference, like I could say something about winds and stuff like that, but I am way too busy and trying to not make a blunder in the first moves actually. So either way, eventually I will start saying smart stuff about geography. If you just give me some time, let's just finalize our deployment, and there we go, that should be fine. Now if our opponent doesn't dodge us, then we can check the game, and there we go. He hasn't really made a special deployment though, which is kinda interesting. And yeah, I'm just unsure about my life choices really. Oh wait, does he have the default build? I really don't know. I guess I would just like start moving though. Okay, so let's just move ahead. Now let's just talk about villages actually, because I see a couple houses. These would be these small farms throughout the countryside, and you can see how a lot of them are nowhere close the roads, and we actually call them isolated farms, or it should be something like so in English. I am not sure of the exact English vocabulary when it comes to geography, but it should be close enough. Now the question is, do I just engage him or do I not? Well, I have big balls, and I am also aware of this game, so maybe I should play a bit on more daringly. However, in this turn, I can just still focus on moving my units first. I should probably also consider how they want the battle site to look like, because if he just gets a very strong location for his cannon, then it might not be that great. I don't really want him to be able to like artillery fort on me, but I might not be able to avoid that, to be fair, so we will see how much I can do in this matter. Anyhow, let's just end our turn, and maybe I will yap about wins next time. Okay, so he is lining up. I am assuming that he would put his main line somewhere over here, because he already has his cavalry in the back ranks, so this looks like a foundational play to me. And okay, he might just turn around this turn actually. I didn't know if I want that. Well, anyways, I will learn to like it, I guess. Let's just select all of my infantry, because now it would be an amazing time to get into a formation. So let's just get the formation tool, and let's just draw up something on the board like so. Now notice how it would take one turn more for the backgrounds to get there. I'd actually go for a less ambitious goal for now, just to get some of my troops into location, and my cavalry can just AFK this turn, it's fine. They move so fast anyways, it doesn't really matter, so we're all good. Okay, yeah. He isn't doing an artillery fort though, which is kinda cool. Okay, how much infantry does he have? He has 9, and I should also have 9, right? Yeah, I also have 9. But I do have a better cavalry and also like a higher quality infantry as well. So maybe I should be optimistic of this engagement. Now if he has a gap in the middle, so that is where he could be shooting me from. So for this precise reason, I might want to line up in a way where I just avoid that middle gap. I'm not sure, but I want to try that, so let's just go for it. Okay, so maybe like this, so this looks fine. And now I should move my cavalry as well, just in case. Let's not do half work. We should start preparing for the engagement itself. Winning this game would be pretty nice, not gonna lie. Okay, so we are closer and closer to the engagement itself. And I am not so sure about the north flank because he could just move out with his infantry very quickly to avoid some of my potential maneuvers that would hide me from his cannons by him being blocked by his own units. So yeah, okay, I don't really want to leave that many troops behind, so now let's just group up at the forest line, I guess. This looks fine-ish. Okay, this looks weird, but okay, that whatever. I will just switch back to the normal tool. Okay, he should move out of the way like so. And what about these units? They should keep moving further north because I don't really feel comfortable right down there just yet. Okay, I messed up a little bit, but it's fine. I can correct it in the next turn. Alright, yeah, he moved into an artillery fort, but I might be just able to get north enough so that it won't really matter that much. Okay, keep in mind how his side is being blocked by some of his troops, so we are absolutely chilling right now. Let's look at our main line. Now I could actually start to advance closer to his lines. Like, let's say that this much this turn. And then also let's just keep my cavalry in the nearby as well. Because basically our tactic over here, if you watch my previous video that I am yet to edit, is that we will just weaken down their ranks with the infantry, and then we will use our cavalry to break his ranks. Now he will actually try to do the exact same thing, I believe, except that he has also an artillery on his side, so we will see how it will go. I am not super confident, but I am not feeling lost either. So let's just go ahead with this. Now we are just about to get into a firing range of the enemy, so let's just prepare for that. Okay, some micro adjustments. It's fine if we're not completely inside the enemy's fire range thingy. That is okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Okay, and let's just really prepare for the good work of destroying some of his troops. Okay, now I shouldn't really make a stalling on the north either. So let's just keep moving in, and I will be doing some wonder work pretty soon. Yeah, this looks fine-ish for now. Okay, let's just start wearing them down. I should have a local advantage in quantity over here, so I'm feeling fine about this actually. Let's just target this guy for now, and then let's just keep grinding the one next to it as well. There we go. And once they are low enough, I will just go in with the cavalry. I could even get a bit closer just as preparation. Now this guy is getting weakened by every turn, so I might just want to move out eventually. I will leave him there just for now, in case he wanted to waste some couple ammunitions on this guy. And now I can also start shooting at the enemy right over there as well. Let's make some good moves. Just like that, and I might want to move out with this cavalry as well now. Okay, looking good. Everything goes according to what I was anticipating. Now, he is not giving up that easily, that is for sure. So, I do have to pay attention here. Now, you need to pay attention to your enemy's playstyle. So I know that he's going to rotate his troops a lot, and I should be mindful of that habit of his. I just get closer, place some more threat on him, but fundamentally just keep targeting these closer troops for now. And we will see how much he's into mind games once we see whether he withdraws or not. If he stays committed, then he is not thinking in mind games that much. So then I could just play more relaxed for the rest of the game. And he is into mind games, and I will have to make some crazy gambits later on. Okay, he's staying to his initial tactics, that's good. Now this unit is like getting very weak, so I will have to eventually withdraw. I could probably like stay for one more turn though, so that's what I'm going to do. Now let's just keep targeting that guy on the bottom, and on the north we are facing a cavalry threat. I am not that grateful of that, so yeah, I'm just not liking it. Let's get closer because he will try to get away, because now we know him. We can now read him like a book, and let's just get closer and closer to him. Just mounting the pressure slowly. I don't need to charge at him just this turn with my cavalry, but now it's getting very close. Do we have internet? I think we do, but I will have to refresh because I cannot just sit and wait until my timer is out. Okay, so our moves were not submitted apparently, which sucks a lot. Yeah, this happens sometimes, and whenever this happens, then we are grieved, usually. But this time, I might not lose this game just yet. I mean, there are still some hopes, and even while all of our orders were disregarded, that is still not necessarily a point of ultimate concern. But it kinda is, whatever. For now, let's just keep looking out for some enemy troops. Let's get closer there as well. Let's get closer in the main line, most importantly. Now, I will want to end my turn in due time this time. I guess not. But at least this time we actually got our order submitted. So that is amazing news for us, actually. Oh, look at this. Now I could charge him down. I will charge with the guards unit this time, and not with the cavalry. While over down here, I will charge with the cavalry, and that should be the strat for now. Let's get closer with the healthy units as well, just to mount up the pressure furthermore. Okay, this looks good. Now let's look at this front. I want to keep weakening that guy over there, and I just weaken the middle guy over here. I will eventually want to like clash into his cavalry down there, so I will start moving that way. They will also get a bit closer to my lance, with my lancer I mean. Okay, well I am not really talking about geography that much. I was expecting myself to talk more of like winds, like water thing is happening, weather stuff, but we got a kill down there. That is very much nice. Now I could do another charge like right over here. I will once again rely on my infantry to do so. And yeah, our cavalry is kinda collapsing at one point, so that is not super nice. Now I will try to like turn around with this lancer eventually. And okay. Let's charge in now with this guy, and then I will weaken that guy for one more turn before charging in. That's my plan. I could use some further assistance with the cavalry fight, so I guess I might just want to move over there. And yeah, let's keep shooting at that guy as well. This can hold their grounds, I guess. And let's end our turn. Okay, now we got one more kill, which is pretty nice. And now I might just want to go full on north, because this cavalry is very threatening to me right now. Okay, let's look at the north first then. I will shoot that guy. I will absolutely charge that guy down like so. Now with this unit, I'm not sure, honestly. Oh, how did I get destroyed? Oh yeah, infantry fire probably destroyed me. That's not great, that's not amazing. But hey, it happens, I guess. It does seem to be happening, so yeah. Oh, I am not doing well. I am really not doing well in this front. Okay, I need to actually fall back on the left. Yeah, I'm just easy prey right now. That's not good. Let's try to not lose the whole match. Okay, we catch him kinda. And now he would be not as much malicious to my units probably. So let's just hope the best. Now on the right though, we are absolutely cooking. We are going to gain that cannon for sure, and then I would want the guard closer to over there. But I could engage in some melee combat right now actually. And then move this unit in against the cavalry over there. Yeah, that works. Okay, but so what about this part of the front? Because I do not like the amount of coping over here. Oh yeah, I'm also getting hurt over here as well. But whatever. Okay, so we are losing on the left side, but we do have something going on the right side though, so I could charge into the forest right now, I guess. It is plausible for a guard. Okay, this battle is probably lost, but yeah, I mean, our orders weren't registered for a turn. We basically lost like one turn of action, which is quite bad. It would be nicer if the game like took snapshots of your orders, so like it would record your orders like every 10 seconds. That would be an amazing feature because my internet is not that stable and sometimes the internet just like goes out for like a one round whenever it would be very useful to have some internet to submit orders. And now I also have like a great org regain debuff. So yeah, I will just resign at this point. Well, sometimes unfortunate stuff happened in this game. Also, yeah, he was probably playing better as well. Anyhow, we should hop into another matchmaking, and now I can actually tell you about how lagoons are made. So whenever the ocean water gets close to shallow waters, like let's imagine that here is the water level and the water just flows towards the island, maybe there's like an ocean flow or however you call it in English. But so whatever, the water gets close to the narrow waters and it basically slows down. Now, as it slows down, it loses its ability or capacity to carry some of these debris of sand and dirt and tiny rocks. Now, the water goes forth, it actually hits the beach, and then it turns around. Now, as it turns back, it is actually much slower than before. And now it's lost its debris carrying capacity so much that it actually puts down a bunch of stuff on the sea floor. And now as I redrew the image, now there will be a little hump in the water. And so there is the water level. Now we have a hump over here. In my language we call this Turzas, and this is the lagoon. Now on the shore, the wind will eventually pick up these fine grains of sand or gravel, and it will build a dune eventually. Okay, let's start playing the game. Now my opponent is very much a good player once again. Is he the same guy? No, he isn't. I don't think so. Anyhow, we have a city on our left that is kinda nice. But you know what? We are brave men. We can go for the hill in the center. Well, I really want to fight there because there is, you know, a hill. It blocks the enemy's view, and so we could just probably delay the time that he actually gets to shoot at my troops, because he will get to get way too close to my troops eventually. That hasn't made much sense, I believe, but whatever, he's actually going for the city. I do not really like that. I think that I would very much fancy going for the hills instead. You know what? We are going to play on our rules. We will get closer to him, but we will get closer to him in a way where we are also covered by the hills. Let's just get going. Now where were I? So yeah, now we looked at how lagoons are formed. Okay, I have no clue what to talk about, so we will just go forfeit this game. Anyhow, we will just keep going in the same general direction. There isn't really much reason for us to change course right now, so let's just keep doing that. I would really fancy if he wasn't camping in this game, like if he wasn't just like to camp in the town and on the victory points that we will see. For now we will just keep playing for terrain. Anything factual about terrain? Let's see. I could talk about how lakes disappear, for example, but I don't really know much of the English terminology there. Anyhow, Maybe I would like to line up into a formation behind this hill, like so. And then this unit could stand right over there. Okay, let's just get to safety first. And then we can start making further plans. Okay, yeah, he's just capturing it. He's just going to stall probably once he captured. That is expected, so it's like whatever. Now, I will continue with abandoning that place. That is a good place, but we have an even better place behind these hills. I don't think if I ever covered myself losing games so far. But yeah, it does happen, as you can see. I do lose a couple of games time to time, and I'm just really not optimistic so far because my cavalry is already taking damage. To be fair, he won't be able to like shoot at me for much longer, so it might just be fine. Okay, we will regain our organization eventually, so we are good. Not making a mistake would be quite important. But so what is a mistake really? He's sure not just going to divide his troops, that would be quite stupid. I will just end my turn. I want to see where he's going for, because at this point I just picked this location to stand on, and whether I want to move out will depend on his next move. You know, if he just like goes far away down to my victory point down over here, that's fine, I will just deal with his north. If he just lines up for battle, then I might just have to stay over here, you know? Anyhow, he sent over 2 infantry units. That's interesting. I guess there's also like no artillery presence on the north either, so you might just want to start advancing on the north. Like just with these troops, I would already have a very significant advantage there. So I just keep marching this way, and then we can advance on them actually. Also, he has like no cavalry on the south either, so I might want to start moving some of my cavalry up. Maybe like a 1 for now, and then we will see about further possibilities. Okay, he's playing kinda surprisingly. He's just going for my stars 1 by 1. I mean, I do gain a debuff if I lose my stars, it's just that... Actually, like he's marching in a very weird way. Anyhow, he can probably do it. I can't really do much about it right now. I'm just a bit confused already. I'm just a bit tired, I guess. But anyhow... Okay, now this looks very strange and I could surely exploit it somehow. I'm just not sure anymore. He confused me with that move so much. I'm not sure if my life is anymore. Okay, he's putting it to combat. That's fine. Okay, something that I do understand now. Okay, let's just slide the shoot and move order now, because he is about to get into combat range pretty soon. And then let's also get closer with my cavalry. Actually, okay, so these cavalry units will be just to face his cavalry force, and the rest of my units should actually do the regular lancing thing. Okay, and so these could also start marching now. We will create a second flank, I believe. I mean, it's somewhere in here. Okay, we are getting destroyed, oh no. Okay, so this is probably counting as enfilade damage, which is kinda strange. I wouldn't have thought this to be enfilade damage. Anyhow. Oh wait, does it give me like... No, it doesn't really give me like a fire take multiplier. But so anyhow... Okay, these units are like trash already. They will die in a couple of turns to the enemy cavalry. Oh, horrible, horrible. I need to make moves, I can't make moves. What a horrible way to move those units. Oh my gosh. Okay, his cavalry is not there though, at least. There is something to be optimistic about. And let's just look a bit closer to the enemy over there as well. Like so. Okay, I think we can maybe be having some success later on in this game. Besides the center, there isn't that much thing going wrong so far. In fact, I could still win this game very much, although his artillery is moving rapidly, unfortunately, and it could get into a threatening position soon. But you know, it's fine. It's probably fine. I may just get into like close combat with that unit over there. Okay, he got into formation already. Wow, no. That's horrible actually. I will be probably like targeting a couple of his cavalry units eventually. But for now I will just keep moving a bit closer and closer. Okay, we are looking decent so far. Let's just not make any mistakes. Play chill, play good. Okay, now I can send in the cavalry right over here. Okay, now he's sending some cavalries over. So maybe I could actually just threaten his cavalry by myself. You know, by just sending like a couple of units over there and messing with him. That could work. But you know, let's keep a lancer right over here just in case. And yeah, maybe I can also do this over here as well. Just play chill, just play good. Don't make too many mistakes. I'm not sure if once I've been this nervous before while playing Lines of Battle. Is it just like really me having lost the last round and now I just like want to show how I'm not a bad player? Okay, whatever. This game is going to be fine. Let's just keep doing our job, which is not losing this game in the first couple of minutes. We have already lasted about 13 minutes, yeah. There's nothing to complain about there. I will just keep getting behind enemy lines with my cavalry over here. Now hopefully I don't really charge at my units, but just in case I could withdraw a bit, just to be safe I guess. And then yeah, this looks fine. Okay, he was not charging at me over there, so that is one thing to note. I could now charge him with this lancer. It is probably not a terrible idea. Oh, and moving with the infantry, yeah, let's move with the infantry. And you know, I'm going to be present behind the enemy lines, so that's also a big thing. Let's try to rotate out for my guard over there. Big thing again. Actually, let's just like get a bit closer and then just like deal some further damage on the enemy that I like more. Yeah, I think we're looking decent actually. There isn't that much going wrong right now, honestly. I just really want to pick a fight not so close with infantry with my cavalry, because that could still ruin it kinda. But yeah, we have broken his artillery. Wow, we are actually leading in casualties as well, and we did manage to rotate out with our line infantry. That is pretty damn good. Have we lost our cavalry though? Yeah, we lost our cavalry, but that is fine. We are so much up in material right now. In fact, I can just like go whatever and just like try to like hit his units as much as possible. Okay, well, I'm about to lose this unit, so maybe like just pull back a bit, trying to get a bit further away. And the same over here, let's just move this way with our troops. Actually, we had to like retreat from my whole flank probably. Just looking for a couple more turns into the future, trying to be making reasonable moves. Oh, checking updates, taking too long, I don't really like it. I have to like refresh the page once again, and hopefully our moves are registered. Yeah, they are. Nice. Okay, so our flank hasn't collapsed, we are still alive. Plus, I'm about to break that enemy unit, and I might just be moving out like so with my lancer. Okay, my guard has a bunch of health left still, which is always good. And I'm just like doing some casual stuff, to be fair. Some casual moves. Okay, let's break that cavalry unit down there. Let's also get closer with this lancer. Let's play a bit risky now. Okay, I could fight him over there actually. It is completely fine with me. And I have lost a unit. A light infantry unit. Okay. Let's move in with this light infantry unit as well. Let's keep retreating there. Which one is lowest? This one is pretty low right now. So I just keep hurting him. And then I could probably try to... Okay, it's not a favorable position to fight in, actually. So I might just not use this lancer the way I thought I would use it. I just keep focusing this cavalry because he could shoot me in the back with this horse artillery. I don't really want to go there with my cavalry. I'd rather fight him further away from his artillery actually. So let's just keep doing that. Okay, now we are doing fine. I could probably start chasing after his troops really soon, so that is going to be something nice to look out for. Oh, could he like steal artillery fort over there? I'm not sure. He might just move into the wrong place with his infantry. Like he might have moved a bit over to that threshold, you know. Okay, I will still have some free cavalry that I could use to chase down the fleeing enemy units. For now, I just keep fighting and fighting hard. He might even just resign pretty soon, so yeah. There is all the reason in the world to be optimistic about this match right now. I just get north with this horse artillery because it's in a quite dangerous position right now. And then actually I will just like move on his side with the infantry, threatening his retreating units, plus also forcing him to relocate his current garrisons. But yeah, everything looks fine right now. I'm actually so happy that we won this battle. I mean, it's still not finished yet, but now we are in an endgame. And I just really need to pay attention to him not being able to regroup with his troops. So I will obviously assign some of these lancers to chase after his troops. And I would... oh, this unit is like very low, I just sent him to chase after things. And the units with health, they will actually go towards the enemy's direction. Just like so. Okay, let's keep going around the enemy, getting into threatening places, maybe even taking the town eventually, we will see. But yeah, he's not doing that great, and we have all the reason in the world to be optimistic about a victory here. Now he wants to be ahead of us in the means of claiming the town, so it's fine. I will just keep going this way anyways, just so that I could give time to my other units to get closer to his cavalry, I mean his artillery. And so yeah, everything looks cool, everything is fundamentally alright, except that this unit probably shouldn't chase after the enemy. It's a bit too slow for that. But yeah, this heavy cavalry could just go after the retreating troops, and so could this lancer as well. I won't need them in crushing these last two remaining infantry units. That should be some easy work, some lightweight thing to do. Anyhow, let's just end our turn, and the enemy has actually resigned. Well played.